Hey everyone, it's John here from MCKAY, back with another video, and this video is to break down a few things that have happened today, and talk about a crazy Monday. So I just want to go through a few trades, someone retiring, a couple of rumors in terms of players signing. So first off, the Minnesota Wild and Sharks have made two separate moves here that will probably be the initial move to many more moves for both these teams. The Minnesota Wild trade Ryan Donato to the San Jose Sharks in exchange for a third-round pick in 2021. And they also make another trade, Dubnyk to the San Jose Sharks as well, attached with a 7th-round pick going back to San Jose in exchange for a 5th-round pick, both in 2022. So the Dubnyk contract is actually being retained by 50% by the Minnesota Wild. So from in around 4.3 down to just over 2 million for the Sharks. I actually love both these moves for the Sharks. I think you're only giving up a 3rd and a 5th for a tandem with Martin Jones and Dubnyk, combining just over 7 million, if my math serves me right. And I think both goalies could be due for a bounce back year. I know the Sharks have their negative thoughts towards Martin Jones. Dubnyk did not have a good year, but this is a guy that could bounce back, or at least you have the potential of one of these guys bouncing back. And for the Wild, it's really interesting. Another situation here for Bill Guerin. I don't understand if he's just trying to create more cap space. Donato at 1.9, and then you're talking about Dubnyk. You created about 2 million, so just over 2, so 4 million of more created cap space for the Minnesota Wild. Are they going to make a big splash in free agency? We'll have to wait and see. Matt Niskanen, he retires, so he had 1 year left in around, I think it was 4.5, 5 million. It was in around that amount. For one more year, he retires. And then the Philadelphia Flyers re-signed Justin Braun. So they have a situation where they have a hole to fill. Braun will probably not be that guy, but he can step up the lineup. I know he struggled in the playoffs a little bit, but a 1.8 AAV, I don't think that's too bad. And then just other different news, the Leafs re-signing Jason Spezza, 1 year, $700K. Obviously for a vet, bringing him back. There's been some talk that the Leafs could be bringing in Gudas if they don't sign a big guy like Pietrangelo, or they sign Gudas regardless. I wonder what that price tag will be, but there's obviously a bunch of stuff happening. I love the moves for the Sharks. I think the Wild will have to wait and see. I think it's been a wait and see kind of process for the Wild this whole time, because we're talking about a situation where they made it into the play-in rounds, but then didn't make it into the playoffs, and they're a team that has been retooling. Are they going to trade Dumba, Eriksson Ek? There's a few guys that have been in rumors, and now Michael Russo, who broke the trade, specifically with the Dubnyk trade recently, he's now talking about the Wild that they've been talking to Vegas for Fleury and Arizona with Kemper. So look out for that. Would they go for Fleury and want a third team, maybe a 3-way deal for a third team to retain some cap on that, or are they creating the cap where they bring Fleury and bring someone else from Vegas and they take advantage of that? There's going to be a different perspective for the Wild in terms of are they contending for a playoff spot, or are they just retooling and bringing some veterans in and continue to develop their younger players? But Kaprizov's coming in. They do have some bright spots there. And for the Sharks, I think they're going to continue to retool, I would say. I don't think they're going to rebuild, especially with guys like Carlson, Burns on that roster, Couture, Hurdle, Evander Kane. So I think they are going to bring in new faces and continue to see the options if they can move on from a guy like Burns or Vlasic, move on from one of those contracts. But I do think that they're looking at this very moment at a tandem of Martin Jones and Dubnyk, and obviously look at different options with Jones, but I do think they're comfortable with that at the very least, and to continue growing that team. But there's so many things going on right now that I just wanted to post a video for you guys. So let me know if you want me to give my thoughts on any other news. But these are the biggest news right now. Josh Brown obviously got traded from the Panthers to the Sens, and the Sens re-signed him to a 2-year deal. So there's a bunch happening. I'll be live for the draft tomorrow night, so hope to see you there. And any other stuff, I can reply to you guys in the comments. This was John from MCKAY. Have a good one. Peace out.